What is going on, my friends? Finally making this video. We're at Speedlab Performance, my new shop in Pacoima. This is way overdue. In fact, if it wasn't for Josh Bader, this wouldn't have happened this early, honestly. He kind of gave me that, motivational kick to get the camera again and start recording. So today I'm just gonna show you guys the shop. Like I said, Speedlab Performance, my new shop in Pacoima, California. Full service shop again. However, some things have changed. I don't do transmission work really, unless it's like a GR6, so GTR transmissions. Engine work, we're taking in builds, but the way we're doing it now is I have shelf motors that are gonna be available. So when the customer comes over here, we're just gonna swap it and use his cylinder head, or maybe even have some core cylinder heads already pre-built to our specs. I just build everything overkill anyway, so yeah, that would just make everything so much more efficient. The problem is I have that all-wheel drive mainline 3200 Pro Hub coming here that I told you guys about in the last video. I think it was the last video. Well, I just finished paying for the rest of the dyno yesterday, which hurt a lot, by the way. However, it's done. I don't have to worry about it now. And hold on one second, my arm's getting freaking tired. This thing's heavy. So they're shipping that. It's getting crated. I think it already got crated. Next week it's gonna get weighed, and then it's gonna ship from the port of Sydney, Australia, all the way to Long Beach, which is the closest port to us. So that takes about 30 days. So in about 30 days, we're gonna have that Pro Hub over here, which I'm gonna show you guys right now, but just so you guys get an idea, it's not the biggest shop in the world. So that's why, if I'm taking builds in, I have to make sure, I can get them out efficiently, because I don't want to have, 50 cars sitting here. So that's that. Like I said, full service shop, so we're still going to do maintenance. Mostly, it's going to be a dyno shop, but obviously we're still going to do bolt-ons and stuff like that. For off-road use only, obviously, because we're in California, we don't play like that, we want to make test hits out in Mexico, and we only use the dyno for testing. Just, yeah. Anyway, so here's the shop. I have the door closed because if it's open, every 2 seconds somebody's gonna walk in with my luck and interrupt the video. So I have to start it over again. And like I said, my hand hurts already from holding this camera. Anyway, so we got the good old Go-Go juice from Ignite back in stock. These are about $55 a pill now. If you buy more than 5 pills, you get them for 50 bucks a pill. Pretty good deal. There isn't a lot of people around that have it. I think there's the closest one to us is another shop in Valencia, which is like 35 minutes away. HPL, I have more than I know what to do with at this point. I have about 300 quarts maybe. I have about 8 boxes over there and a couple hundred quarts, honestly. I mean, they're fully stacked all the way. So we got the brake-in oil as well. This is all we use for brand new motors to make sure the rings are seated properly. We've talked about this in other videos. Before I show you guys the individual cars that we're working on right now, sorry for the mess, guys. By the way, there's just everything everywhere, just because it's just been me, and I gotta do a little bit of a better job organizing. The shop came out pretty good. I'll see if I can post some before and after pictures. I mean, they used to make cabinets over here, so yeah, I'm still cleaning up dust, let's just say. It was pretty hard to clean everything out, but we redid all the walls, we painted everything, epoxied the floors, obviously. This time I didn't do what I did at JRP. Over there we had a lot of these flakes, and I didn't really like the way it looked. It looks a little bit better when the floor gets dirty. It doesn't really show, but I like it better like this, so it's more gray with less flakes. Just some stuff over here. We got some Fergola PTFE fittings. This is all we use for fuel lines now, PTFE only, so I won't even do nylon lines. I don't care if the guy's running E85 or pump gas. It's either PTFE or they can go somewhere else, just because I've had bad experiences. I don't know if you guys remember Chris. Sorry, hold on, let me figure myself out here. Chris, Supercar Suspects, actually his car's here, but he's just trying to get rid of the car right now, so he came here to do some maintenance on it. He had a bunch of fuel line issues as well, and that's because we use the nylon lines and we're using Ignite E90. So I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that. customer has to pay a little bit more. Labor's a little bit more because these lines are, you know, take a little bit longer to assemble. But yeah, that's pretty much, that's why we use the PTFE stuff. Anyway, back to this. Got a valve cover for Jesse's build, just powder coated. This guy, man, I told them to take the bolt off. They just powder coated it with the bolt and the throttle cable hold down. I mean, how stupid do you have to be? Like, I'm not even gonna get into that. Got some gaskets, head gaskets, got some exhaust manifold gaskets, all the necessary essentials for 4G63s. Got a couple Evo 8 gaskets that I don't really use anymore because of the amount of dome our pistons have. We really can't use those anymore. This place is a mess, guys. I apologize. It is the weekend right now. I am over here tuning, actually. I'm taking a break right now. Tuning a car in Lima, Peru. Taking a break and making this video, and then I gotta get back to that before I come out and wrench. So, yeah, guys, I mean, you guys know how it is, you know, you gotta, okay, there you go. You gotta hustle, so, you know, I work weekends. It's okay, I love what I do, so it doesn't really matter. That's Jesse's motor, so this is the one that is going to get that valve cover. So this is one of our long blocks with our, this one doesn't have a full race port head, but he did opt for the O-ring option, so it's an O-ringed head. So the stainless steel O-rings, you guys remember the video, the last video that I showed you guys, how to O-ring a cylinder head. Sippy Curlo Pro H-beams with the upgraded car bolts. Some miscellaneous stuff over here, some engine building equipment. We got that Goodson crankshaft stand, which I love. That thing's beautiful. We got a 4-piston deck bridge, some miscellaneous stuff, torque plates. Got this new Total Seal ring filer, which I'm going to show you guys in a different video, in use actually. This thing's pretty nice. It also has a deburring wheel over here that's not really abrasive, so you can knock off the edges without using like a diamonds burr. Tefsel wire, costs an arm and a leg, looks beautiful. Even a guy like me that's not a wiring guru, you can make stuff look very professional. So very expensive, but worth it. Also got a bunch of their, this is from Race Spec, but these are Raychem heat shrinks. These things are amazing. So yeah, they're pretty pricey, but you know, you get what you pay for. Some storage shelves with some customer parts. Got another shelf up there with a bunch of other customer parts. My toolbox, a mess, I'm sorry. Another shelving storage, shelving, whatever you want to call it. Over here we got, actually let me just go back over there. Sorry guys, bear with me. I feel like a noob again with the camera. Not like I ever became a professional, but you know. Over here we got Edgar's car. He did a full timing chain. This is an 08, so it still had the older style timing chain on the car. Performed the timing chain, upgraded the chain obviously. New guides, new tensioner. ID 1300 injectors. He had the FIC 1200s, so we put the ID 1300s in it. I did a lot better. The FIC stuff I don't really like anymore, to be honest with you guys. Some of their stuff, like the 2150s are nice. The 1650s, as long as they're the high impedance stuff, you can make them work pretty well, but they're low impedance stuff. This isn't low impedance, but I'm just saying the low impedance stuff is just a pain in the ass. When you guys start, when you start tuning with standalones and, you know, or, you know, even on the stock ECU with defined tables that you can add like short pulse width adder and minimum pulse width tables and stuff like that, it's a night and day difference. I mean, the car is literally idle like stock. On Manny's car, we got the 2600 XDSs going in there, and those on pump gas can idle at stoic pretty much like stock, which is insane if you think about it, because if you add those FIC low impedance 1200cc injectors, you're idling the freaking thing at like 13.5 AFR, or else it's just not gonna idle. So anyway, he's also getting a ETS 3-inch intake. He had this weird intake. The reason I don't like this is because that heat shield is on the opposite side of where the fan is, which completely destroys the purpose of an intake. And the reason I say that is because this hot air is gonna hit the filter, and obviously you're gonna suck in hot air, but that's not really the biggest problem. The biggest problem is the mass airflow sensor is right there. So every time this fan kicks on, the car just goes ape shit. So that's why we're upgrading to the ETS stuff. He has a Walbro 450 in it now, high pressure pump. He had a stock pump before. This car is on a Cobb, so this is gonna get unmarried. If you guys want an Evo 10 Cobb access port, hit me in the DMs or leave a comment. I'll get back to you guys. Chris's car we already talked about. This is David Lee's car. You guys have seen this car a couple times. This car is pretty much done. All it needs is the fuel lines and he's ready to go. But he's gonna take the car from me, and he went to a Motec M130. So I contacted John Reed. He made me a badass loom. I got one of his Motec packages with his firmware on it. We're gonna be tuning this on our dyno, so this is gonna be a whole video on its own. But yeah, this car is pretty much done. I would bring it down, but Chris's car is over here, and I'm really lazy at this point because like I said, I gotta go tune and I got a lot of stuff to do. But you guys will see this car, I promise. This is a 90s car, the 2600s, as I was telling you guys. I've used 2600s before, that's why I said you can make them idle like stock, even on pump gas with low injector pulse widths. This is Ivan's car, another great dude, great customer. Sorry about that. This is a stock block car actually. That definitely does not go there, but you know, I was trying to keep the hood open. But this has a Gonzivo forward-facing kit. It's a twin scroll V-band kit. Very nice kit. And this is on a 6266 stock bottom end, 272 Calfords or HKS cams. I can't remember. ARP, the 2000 grade head studs. You know, all the other supporting mods, obviously. This is on a stock block. He's on a Haltech Platinum, so this is gonna get dialed in at Road Race because I'm still renting out Road Race's dyno, guys. Big shout out to Mike and Robert, both Roberts, and Javi over there at Road Race Engineering. You know, they're great people. Always help out if you need something on the dyno. Very reasonable people. So if you guys are trying to rent out the dyno, right now I don't have a dyno, so that's where I rent it out from. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the office, so you guys get a quick look inside the office. It's a mess right now. Fuel system over there that I gotta ship to Alex and El Paso. Morning coffee, absolutely necessary in this line of work. This is something nice that we can talk about later. The Plex. This is a V2. I think it's the V2. Yeah, it is the V2. It's a knock monitoring system, and it's pretty nice because you can actually draw a graph out pretty much whenever you're listening for a knock. I'll demonstrate that on a car when we're actually using it. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna try my best here to at least upload once a week. My goal is to do it more than once a week. Thank you to Josh and Shania Bader for coming out here last month. Was it last month? No, it was this month. I think it was the beginning of the month. Excuse me. If it wasn't for Josh, I wouldn't have picked up the camera. It would have been like months from now. But I don't know if I mentioned it, but I went down there. He came over here. They filmed. It was a very good video that he uploaded. I'm gonna try to link his channel down below. Go check him out. He's honestly like one of my best friends. I mean, the guy's like a brother to me. A week or 2 weeks after he came here, he visited here. I went down there. We had 4 cars scheduled to tune. We only got to tune 2 of them. One was his personal Evo X. The other one was a Haltech Elite car, 71mm built 2.0. That one made 1032 at 9,800 RPM at 48 pounds of boost, and that was at elevation. That was about 1,000 or 1,500 feet above sea level. So that was pretty good numbers. But yeah, you know, he vlogs pretty much every day, and I love the content. I mean, he's my friend. I talk to him all the time, but I also, you know, sit here at lunch and watch his videos. So I'm like, maybe I should start uploading to the channel again, so you know, you guys can get a little bit more technical content. Obviously, this is just an introduction video. We're gonna do a lot of tech stuff. So cam installs, transmission removals, clutches, you know, stuff like that, engine building stuff. Now I have a shop again. I'm not in my garage, so I can, you know, demonstrate all this stuff, and I have the space for it and everything. So hey, you guys are gonna see the shop progress as I progress. So you guys are gonna see everything with me. So yeah, as I mentioned, I'm really excited for the dyno. We got a 3-phase power over there somewhere that we gotta get and bring it all the way over here, and this is gonna go to the dyno. But yeah, that's gonna be not the next video. The next video is probably gonna be just me. Let me just turn myself again. Battling on again at the shop over here. More technical content obviously for you guys, but the video after that, or the other video after that, is gonna be when the dyno is gonna get here. So about 30 days from next week. Very excited. This is gonna be right before New Year, so that's like the best New Year's gift. And I've always wanted a Pro Hub since they came out, which has been a couple of years. So at JRP, we went with the Mustang, and that seemed to do okay for our needs, but I would never go back to a Mustang dyno again. That was just a fucking disaster. Not even gonna get into it, just preference. I don't fucking like Mustangs. Dyno jets are nice. I can't put anything, I can't put the chassis dyno over here because of my limitation of space. But yeah, the hub dyno is gonna be pretty nice because, you know, we can take the car up and then we can park the car there, or we can drive a car through and put it on the lift, and I don't have to really worry about anything fume related because it's going to be literally in front of the door, so all the exhaust is going to go out, unless it has a hood exit, which is okay. You know, from time to time it's okay to breathe in a little bit of race gas or go-go juice or whatever you want to call it. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. There's a couple other cars outside that I'm not going to show in this video, but you guys are definitely going to get to see more content, more cars being built, and yeah, you guys are going to go on this shop journey with me. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.